Russia and Ukraine launched a wave of drone attacks against each other overnight, even as Moscow claimed that it was finalizing a peace proposal to end the war. Amid new territorial gains, Moscow accused Kiev and its European allies of deliberately undermining efforts to revive peace talks. Amid all this, Russia on Tuesday began major naval drills in the Baltic Sea involving 20 warships, 3,000 troops and air support.
Russia on Tuesday reiterated that its massive aerial assaults on Ukraine in recent days were a response to escalating Ukrainian drone strikes on its own civilians, accusing Kiev of trying to disrupt peace efforts. Moscow, which has repeatedly rejected proposals from Kiev and its Western allies for a 30-day unconditional ceasefire, fired hundreds of drones at Ukraine between late Friday and early Monday, killing more than a dozen people and saturating the country's air defenses. Kremlin said media reports suggesting that the United States may impose new sanctions against Russia were part of a campaign aimed at disrupting peace talks over Ukraine. The Kremlin also said Moscow and Washington are continuing to work on another prisoner swap between their two countries. On Tuesday, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov met his Turkish counterpart Hakim Fidan, who is in Moscow on a two-day work visit. Both the leaders stressed the importance of the recent direct talks between Russia and Ukraine in Istanbul, the first such contact since spring 2022. Lavrov accused Europe of sabotaging Trump's peace efforts.
And when Trump sees that a small group of the European representatives start to sabotage his efforts, pushing Ukraine towards absolutely reckless actions like drone attacks on Moscow and other Russian cities, and attacks on the helicopter of Russian president, of course, he may reveal certain emotions.
Amid all this, the European Union on Tuesday approved the creation of a €150 billion EU arms fund, driven by fears of a Russian attack in the coming years and doubts about US security commitments to the continent. Also on Tuesday, Russia began major naval drills in the Baltic Sea involving 20 warships, 3,000 troops and air support. Diplomatic efforts to end the fighting have gained momentum in the recent weeks, with Russia and Ukraine officials holding direct talks for the first time in 3 years earlier this month. But Putin has been accused of stalling peace talks, and the Kremlin has shown no signs of scaling back its maximalist demands, allegations which Kremlin has strongly denied. Bureau Report, DD India.